Hi you guys. I know that this blog looks like it's a hair tutorial, but it's not. I'm going to be doing something with my hair while I talk to you guys about a few things. I thought I was pregnant, but I'm not pregnant. I'm just going to be trying these out. I bought these at Sally's Beauty Supply, and I want to use them in a tutorial, but I want to see if they work. Anyway, I was supposed to start my period on Sunday or Saturday. That's kind of like the 28th day of the week, and I'm usually pretty regular. When I didn't get it on Saturday, I thought, okay, well, I'll just wait until Sunday. And then Sunday came, and I didn't get it, so then I said, okay, well, I'll just wait until Monday. Monday came, and I didn't get it. Today is Thursday, and I still haven't got it. Now, being a regular person, when you don't get it, it's kind of like, what in the world? And ever since I started it, when I was, like 12, 13 years old, my mom taught me to count, when you're supposed to get it. She taught me to make sure that it's always regular, and if it isn't, then you've got to find out what the reason is or whatever. Yeah, so now that I'm not regular this time, I'm like trying to figure out what it is. I went out and I got a pregnancy test, and to be honest with you, for a few minutes I was like really excited and kind of hopeful, but I'm not pregnant. It came out negative, and yeah, so I was like, oh, because I'm married and I already have one, so I know what it's like to go through it, and it's it would be pretty exciting to have one, but it came out negative, and it's one of those that you can take like early on, one of those pregnancy tests. So no, it is. No, I don't want to do this way. I want to do it kind of like in a spiral. That's how I'm going to do it. Yeah, so it came out negative, and I said that like 10 times already, huh? And I was a little disappointed, but oh well. So now I'm like wondering what it is and what the reason is. So I'm thinking about making an appointment with my doctor to find out and just to make sure that everything is okay. I know that I have been under a lot of stress, so I'm thinking maybe that's why. I've been under a lot of pressure to complete things like within a certain deadline and stuff like that. And stuff like that like always makes me nervous, Like when I have to do things by a certain date or by a certain time, I get really nervous because I like to keep my promises. If I say something's going to be done, tomorrow at a certain time, it has to be done. And lately people have been like pressuring me to finish things by a certain time, and I haven't had a lot of time, so it's been kind of stressful, like all over. Family, work, everything. I'm sorry, I've never used these before, so I'm kind of struggling because my hair is layered. But anyway, yeah. So what do you do? I mean, like, do you count if you're a woman, do you count your days? Do you keep a calendar? Do you have like an iPhone app? Because there is an iPhone app out there. Did you know that? Well, if you didn't know, now you know. There's an iPhone app to keep track and to like write down your symptoms and what type of period you had a certain year. So, I mean a certain month. So yeah, that's my gossip for the day. I am not pregnant, and a little disappointed. But do you guys want to hear a little bit about how we, my husband and I planned our baby? Let's see, this video is already 4 minutes long. Let me try to keep it under 5 minutes. When my husband and I were dating, we talked about kids, and I wanted kids. I actually want like 5 or 6 more kids. Like I would totally do it. And my husband was like, he wanted zero kids. He didn't want any kids at all when we first started dating. And it was a little disappointing, but I went into the marriage like knowing that, you know what, it's not gonna It's not going to happen for me. I'm not going to ever be a mom. And it was a sacrifice that I was willing to make because I wanted to be married to my husband, and that was the only way. You know, you can't go into it thinking I'm going to change him, because that's just not, that's ridiculous. And so when we were married, we had a little scare, and I mean a scare because it wasn't planned, and I thought I was pregnant, and his reaction was very positive. It wasn't like he was like, that's it, we're getting a divorce or anything like that. He was very positive about it and very accepting, and then I found out that I wasn't. So fast forward to me turning about 30 years old or so, I think, and I told him that since we weren't going to have kids, I dropped one of my rollers. Where'd it go? Hold on. I was going to dedicate myself and my life to donating my time to people who need me. And I also was going to dedicate myself to creating the body that I've always wanted. So I got to the body that I've always wanted, and I was able to become a volunteer for some things. I also was able to donate time and donate a lot of money and stuff like that, you know, because it was just me and my husband. And I was able to do all the things that I wanted to do as a single person, meaning I was married but no kids. And I was really happy when we planned a trip to, oh, I also told my husband that I wanted to travel. Since we weren't going to have kids, I wanted to travel and visit the world. So we had planned several trips, and we did get to travel a little bit, and I had planned a trip to Miami because I wanted to go and wear a bikini because I had my new body the way I wanted it to be. Well, I had planned it and we paid for it and it was set to go. Well, maybe like 2 months before we headed out to Miami, my husband tells me, I want to have a baby. And I'm like, okay. And he was like, yeah, we're going to have a baby. And I was like, okay. And we got pregnant. I went to Miami in my not so hot body. I mean, I was only like 12 weeks. And I mean, like, I could tell, but I don't think anybody else could. Actually, like right now, I look like way heavier than I was then. So yeah. And some of you guys have asked me if my pregnancy was planned. So yes, it was. And that's the story of it. We didn't tell anybody about it until I was about 3.5 months. That's when we made the announcement. And yeah. So talk to me about these details if you guys want to talk about this subject, whether it's, you know, your period and how you keep track of it, or your pregnancies if you've had any, or pregnancy scares. Talk to me, you guys. Gossip. I've got my hair curlers on for gossiping. Okay, see you guys later. Bye.